Hey everyone, Kingdom Kid here with kind of like a new Persona video. And as you see here, I'm doing things a little bit different here. Instead of you guys hearing the audio from the camera, as you usually do every time I make these videos, I'm doing something a little bit different where I'm recording it from my audio mic as well, which I hope does it a little bit better than beforehand, more so with the quality of the audio. Because I find myself being like a little bit too quiet sometimes or something. So this is something new. I want to see how this works. So I mentioned this is about Persona. So yes, this is about Persona and how they are doing their 25th anniversary announcements. That's been going on ever since September of last year. And we're in April. And I don't know. Excuse me. We're in April. And I don't know how many more announcements are left. I think there could be like maybe 3 or 4. Is my guess. I can't remember how many announcements they planned they were going to be. Like I think like 7 announcements, something along those lines. And I know I was like super excited when this all got announced because like, hey, they could, Persona 1 and 2 could definitely be getting some love, and they've been getting some love. Don't get me wrong. The whole series as a whole has been getting love, more so in Japan than in the West. In the West, all we have ever gotten is just the announcement of the Atlus store, which is more so of an Atlus theme rather than a Persona theme. And we gotten Persona 4 Arena Ultimax coming out on PlayStation 4, Switch, Steam, and all that stuff. And we haven't really gotten anything else. All the other announcements that have been coming out so far have always been like collabs of like, oh, hey, or like events like, hey, Persona's doing a special event in Shibuya during this time at this cafe to get special treats and stuff like that. That's all it's always been. Now, granted, I think this is more so about the fans' fault than Atlus's fault about announcements. Because I think we all had our expectations too high. Now, I didn't think all of them were going to be video games. I did not think all of them were going to be video game announcements. Back then, when this first happened, I was like, oh, like we'd probably get at least. I thought we'd at least have more than what we've had right now so far in terms of video game announcements. All we've had is one. I know a lot of rumors are going around. Like, I would be happy if one of these were like, yeah, Persona 4 Golden is now available on PlayStation 4, Switch, and such. Persona 5 is now available on Switch and Steam. Or just Steam. I'd be happy with that. Like, hell, that doesn't, like, but to me, I feel like those don't really need to be anniversary announcements. Those could just be like how they did with Persona 4 Golden. When did they do this? In 2020? I think it was 2020, or was it 2019? I can't remember. When they announced that, hey, Persona 4 Golden's now available on Steam. At E3, it's like, yeah, it'll be available today or tomorrow, whenever, or next week, whenever that happened. So I feel like they could definitely do that too. So it doesn't have to be a part of the anniversary announcements in terms of that. But I feel like we definitely could have been getting a lot more. Now, granted, I honestly don't know the whole parameters of all this stuff. I feel like, again, this was more so for the fans' faults for having too high of expectations. It's an anniversary, which is great. Now, again, let's compare this to the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary that just happened at the end of March. Not end of March, beginning of April here. Kingdom Hearts had a special 20th anniversary event. Now, granted, yeah, it was more so for the Japanese fan, which, again, is majority of all these things happening for Persona as well. So, they had the thing in Shibuya. It was like, hey, here you go. Here's all. But here's the thing. They showed off, like, a lot of new merchandise. And it's like, hey, you'll be able to buy this from the stores in your area. If you're from North America, you can buy it from the North America store. You can buy it from the European store, yada, 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 and such. So it's like, that's great. And they announced, when Dark Road is ending, they announced the Missing Link, and they announced Kingdom Hearts 4. Great. I feel like Persona should not have done this whole, oh, we're going to announce 7 new projects or 7 new events, whatever it is, throughout the whole year between now and September of 2022. And that's like, why? They didn't need to do that. I can kind of somewhat see it because like maybe they want some stuff finalized. COVID was still kind of a big thing there, so I was like, well, we can't have our big stage play for this right now because of COVID. We want to see maybe later down the line we'll have it, and maybe like, oh hey, we've been talking about this, so I don't know why they picked like 7 events, maybe, who knows, but I digress. I feel like this was a more so for the fans' fault than anything else about the event. And before I get to what the April event was, the April announcement, which I think is a really good announcement, I just want to say, like, yeah, majority of the announcements have been like, hey, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, I think has so far been the best one so far, because it's like, hey, that's something that everyone can enjoy. Now, again, the whole, like, 7 projects things, that was all, I believe, Atlus Japan. Atlus Japan announced it because, like I said, all the, the stage plays, the collabs, the merchandise, the mouthwash, everything that has been coming out has more so been about Japan. While Atlus West hasn't really, they like, hey, here's the 20th anniversary. Like, yeah, the 25th anniversary. Like, yeah, here's Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Yeah, here's the concert that's going to be happening in October. And that was the new event that got announced, along with other, collabs of like merchandise and other stuff that got announced in April here, was the announcement of the concert happening on, I think it's October 9th and 10th, or was it October 8th and 9th? I can't remember the exact dates. And they're like, hey, you can buy tickets. And that's a good thing. Like, this is something that, like, hey, even us fans outside of Japan can enjoy. You just have to, buy a streaming ticket so then you can watch it, which I may do that. If it's not that expensive, I may do that. And it also depends on what the days are, too. I'd have to double check that. Actually, I have my computer right in front of me. So that's the thing. It's like, oh yeah, the Peace Sound Wish concert. Now, Persona has done these concerts so many times. Not so many times. They've done it before in the past. But it's like, hey, as a heads, like, here we are, right here. They even, on this article I'm reading, they even have a tweet from Persona Central where, in the 2015, Persona Live Sound concert, that's when Persona Sound Live. In 2015, that's when Persona 5 was released. In 2017, that's when Persona 3 and 5 Dancing and Persona Q2 was announced. And in 2019, that's when Persona 5 Royal and Persona 5 Strikers were announced. So we could get an announcement of a game. Most likely we are. Will it be Persona 6? I don't know. I still feel like Persona 6 might be a little... Well, maybe not. Let's see here. It's 2017 was when we got Persona 5. It's been 5 years now. It's been 5 years. They've been a little bit better with, releasing such things in between. Like, I believe I'm going by vanilla Persona 5, because vanilla Persona 4 came out in 2008, I believe, in Japan, and then we didn't get Golden until like 2012. So from Golden to 5 was 5 years, so that wasn't so bad. And now, even now, like with Royal came out in 2020, and say, well, then again, this is just an announcement. It's not a release. I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be announced and released within like 2023 or something like that. I don't think that's the case at all, unless they've been making really good progress, but I highly doubt it. I definitely see the earliest, maybe 2024 for Persona 6. But yeah, no, okay, it's October 8th and 9th. Now, again, this is Japanese time, so it'll be like early October 8th our time, and like early October 9th our time. I don't know. Time zones are weird. So that's probably what's going to happen. So it's October 8th and 9th, which, by the way, what are those days? I'm going to assume one of them is a Saturday. If it's a Saturday and Sunday, that's great, but I'm not entirely sure. Saturday and Sunday. So that's Saturday and Sunday for us. So that's great. But yeah, like I said, so we could... That's probably when we are actually going to get a video game announcement. Now, do I think we can get another video game announcement before then? Because June is when the next announcement's coming. And I don't know, because they'll have June. So after June, we have July, August, and September. So we have 3 months left. And I think there's 1 or 2 more announcements afterwards. Again, I don't know how many announcements are left. So there might not be that many announcements left, because September's coming along. And unless they have one planned for September as well, there could be 2 or 3. I don't know. But yeah, so October 8th and 9th is when this Persona Live music thing's happening, which is going to be great because all the Persona musics are there. All the Persona music's great. Now, again, I think this was more so of fans having the expectations higher in terms of this whole 25th anniversary thing. And I'll be honest, I fell to it too. I was like, I'd have to rewatch my video about like, hey, here's the announcement of all the projects. And I think they had 7, and I think 4 of them have been now. 4 of them have been announced right now. So then we'll have 3, I think. I don't know. But we have to, again, I feel like this was definitely a fan problem. Like, this was happened because of the fans, and we had way too much expectations. And again, this was more so fans from the West. I have a feeling like then again, maybe some of the fans in Japan aren't really as excited either. But the good news is for them, like, they can actually go to these events. They can go to those stage plays. They can go to the live music concert. They can go to these cafes that are doing the special foods and all that stuff, which is still great. Like, I don't mind. It makes sense because, you know, this is a Japanese-based company, Japanese-based studio, so of course they're going to have all the stuff there. How are they going to do it here? It's like, oh yeah, we've collaborated with McDonald's to give you Persona 5. Granted, I think they have, like, I think video game companies have done that before. Like, oh yeah, we've collaborated with the McDonald's of Japan to have this special burger type thing. I don't think those ever came out before, but no, I feel like this is a big. I feel like they definitely could have done this in a different way instead of making it such like a whole, like, hey, we're going to celebrate a whole year, which, again, I was like, not that big of it. But I feel like, again, this is something like, I don't really, they should have found a way to, like, not have fans be so highly expectations for it. Because, like I said, it's like, oh yeah, there's going to be a chance for some new games, remakes, remasters, all that stuff, re-releases, you know, and I'm one of them. I was one of them. Like I said, it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, Persona 4, Persona 1 and 2. I would definitely love to be able to play Persona 1 and 2 on current gen consoles, and Persona 2 too, and Persona 3 even. Like, if they announce it, if say like the final, if at this concert, which is in October, which is going to be a month after the whole year event happens, and they're like, hey, here's a collection of Personas 1 through 4 on Nintendo Switch and everything else. And Persona 5 is a separate thing. Go at it. I'll be like, that's great. Do I see that happening? Fucking course not. I think the biggest thing that I can definitely see happening at this concert could be a Persona 6 reveal and maybe something else. I feel like just Persona 6 isn't enough. I mean, it'd be great, but it all depends on how much it is. Again, I feel like they could announce Persona 6 in October at this concert, but I feel like they could also announce something else too. It doesn't have to be just one thing. They could announce, hey, Persona 6, but also Persona 3 on current gen consoles as well. And they don't need to do remakes. Like, they can, you know, make it polished, make it look a lot better than it does now. They can, you know, up the res. It does not need to be a full-blown remake. They can up it, do some tweaks here and there, maybe give us control of the party like they do in Persona 3 Portable, and there you have it. That's all they have to do. That's all they would have to do is just be like, hey, we tweaked it up, we brought it higher resolution, and you can buy it now on PlayStation 5 next week, or tomorrow, or today, you know. And then along with that announcement, here's Persona 6, coming soon, or in development, you know. But who knows? Again, I feel like this was more so of a fan expectations not being met, and then the fans' expectations being way higher than they should. But again, I feel like it also falls on Atlus's hands, because they should have found a way to temper those expectations a little bit, just a little bit. Be like, hey, don't expect them all to be game announcements. There may be one or two here, but they're not all going to be they're not all going to be games. They're going to be special events, special collaborations with merchandises and such like that. There had to have been some way that Atlus could have done this a little bit better. Now, who knows, in 5 years when they do the 30th anniversary, hopefully they'll learn their lesson and they'll be like, hey, we don't have anything planned. We're working on the plans right now, and we will release them when they become available type thing. I don't know. I hope they learn from this, and I hope the fans also learn from this too, because a lot of the fans have been disappointed in this, and I'd say to some degree it's right, but at the same time, Atlus West never promised this. This was all Atlus Japan. So people are getting mad at Atlus West for all this, even though Atlus West didn't do anything. They're like, yeah, here's our Atlus West store. Here's Persona 4 Arena Ultimax on Switch, PlayStation 4, and Steam. So there's that. Here, I'm hoping, again, I hope one of these other announcements is a game, because that'd be great. You know, something for everyone to enjoy, not just the people in Japan, but it's like, I'm hoping, but I feel like expectations need to be, I don't want to say very, very low, but they need to be at a standard level. Like everyone's expectations are like way up here, but I feel like everyone's we shouldn't have our expectations be way down here, but like somewhere like like closer to the ground than closer to the sky, you know? So I just want my 2 cents. I was going to make a video about this. Like, I wanted to wait until the April announcement came out before I made this Persona kind of like update about the announcements for all this stuff. So I hope, and I, I've been seeing a lot of people being like complaining like, oh, it's blah 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 blah. I hope this kind of not enlightens, but I hope this sheds a little light on like, let's not be so mad at Atlus West. Let's not be mad at Atlus West at all. I feel like they're not a part of this at all. This is more an Atlus Japan thing, but at the same time, let's not be too mad at them either, because we have to realize that this is more so for the anniversary for in Japan than it was for us, which is totally fine. It's totally fine. It's just, again, I think a lot of people had their expectations way too high. It's like, oh yeah, we're getting Persona 3 remake. And granted, yeah, I said that too. I was like, maybe. It's like, there's a possibility. And I still want to be able to play Persona 1, 2, and Persona 2 too as well. So if those get released, I'd be like, this is great. That's all I wanted. And same with Persona 3. Let us play those games on current gens, and I'll be a happy camper. Now, how this works with PlayStation Plus Now announcements, I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe if we can still play, if PlayStation, with this new PlayStation Plus that's coming out in June, maybe we can play Persona 3 that way. Maybe we can play Persona 1 and 2 that way. I don't know. Persona 4 Vanilla, not Golden, but like, again, I don't know. It all depends. But I'm very interested. I'm still interested to see what these announcements are. So the next one's in June. The next one after that, I have no idea. Maybe August, maybe September. I don't know. Again, I don't even know how many is left. Is there 3 or is there 2? I don't know. But yeah, so this is just something that was like, let's just not have our expectations too high. If they do announce something great, like Persona 4, again, I feel like that should not be a thing. I feel like them saying Persona 4 is now available on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. That should not be part of the anniversary events. I feel like the only way that a game like that should be a part of it, it's like if it's tied to something else. Like that should not be the sole announcement. There should be something else. Like, oh, we are working on a Persona 1 and 2 remake. And there's that. But to tide you over, if you haven't already, here's Persona 4 Golden on PlayStation 4. Here's Persona 4 Golden on Switch. And that's how I'll be okay with it. It cannot be the sole thing if it's like the thing. But I don't know, guys. But anyway, guys, let me know how you've been feeling about the announcement so far. Again, I do feel a little bit of some disappointments here and there. But I feel like, again, this has to be something that's supposed to be like, we have to tamper our expectations a little bit. Don't expect them to all be good. And again, I fell to it too. So let me know. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. So yeah, I mean, Sega's been busy, so here's hoping that they do good. And with Atlus, and yeah, and with Sega also, there's maybe some judgment, not judgment, but the Yakuza stuff's happening too. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you again, and I'll see you guys next time. And let me know what you guys feel about this setup. I know you guys can't really see my mouth that much, but at the same time, who cares? As long as you can hear me better and such. Again, I'm working on so many things. Like, I'm trying to do some things different in a little bit. So, but let me know again. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you guys next time.